Was that okay for volume back there? All right. So I'm a health and phys editor, so this is a bit strange for me. If we're all out on the front lawn, I think I'll be a little bit more comfortable, but we'll see how we go. Firstly, I'd just like to thank everyone for having me up here today, and I'd like to thank Marie. I'm not sure if you're still around here. I was really excited, and I know Adam was, who I'm speaking on behalf of today. When you were presenting your keynote, we were like fist bumping and high-fiving and going, wow, this is all the stuff that we've been talking about in schools for a number of years. So thank you very much for that. Like it was said, my name's Riley Milligan. I'm a health and phys editor from La Salle College. And I'm here to speak on behalf of Armed for Life and Framed programs and how my college use these to engage our students in various health and wellness topics. Firstly, let me give you a quick background on Armed for Life and Frame. Armed for Life has been up and running for about 8 years, and Adam, who's standing at the back there, and some of you have met him downstairs, he's been speaking to students in over 300 schools across WA and the eastern states during that time. These include metro schools around Perth, as well as regional schools in Albany, Bunbury, through the Wheatbelt and in Karratha. All sessions and programs are built on developing resilience, mental health, healthy relationships, and healthy sexual education. Frame initiatives, on the other hand, was originally started by a man named Stuart Wesley in Perth around 11 years ago, but is now directed by Adam. However, they remain two separate organisations. Frame's primary focus is to create safe relationships, safe communities with sessions on sexual harassment, sexual consent, respect, alcohol and problems with porn. So it ties in nicely to what we were saying before. The relationship between my school, which is La Salle College out in Middle Swan, and Armed for Life started just over 4 years ago. Since then, every year, Adam and his team have been coming out to speak both to our Year 9 and Year 10 students on a variety of topics. Now, these days are coordinated and placed into year group retreat programs, as well as special wellness days run in conjunction with our counselling team. Adam started Armed for Life with 4 key topics that have now branched into over 30, spanning obviously 2 organisations, like I mentioned before. The main topics include, there's a list up there for you guys to see, resilience for both students and for parents, bullying, self-esteem, healthy relationships and friendships, decision-making, stress and well-being, management for staff, and a real men's session as well. Oops, I'll go back. For us at the college, the focus for our Year 9s is on the real men and problems with porn sessions. The real men's session talks about what a healthy man looks like and encompasses 5 key points, which includes to take ownership for issues and deal with them, including talking about your problems, the power of respect with relationships with women, and looking at violence in the home, empathy and the capacity to care about others, and putting others first, making healthy choices, so not making decisions based on emotions, but the importance of taking responsibility for your actions and decisions, and the importance of self-control. This transitions well with the problems with porn session that Adam also runs, where he challenges and analyses current behaviour of students, which, like I said, linked perfectly with what Marie was talking about before. Of course, this session can be hard to run. We are a Catholic school, given the nature of these issues that can be raised. However, we're extremely lucky to have a really supportive senior leadership team and our principal. And we also present the content in line with Catholic values as well as we can. So the use of overarching statements at the start and teaching what the Catholic Church wants the students to know first, as well as then looking at all the facts. This problems with porn session primarily focuses on very similar to what Marie was talking about. So the increase of access to porn and the violence that it shows, the damage porn does to the mind, the effect of hormones leading to mental health issues, and the secondary impact of people around us, as well as the sexual objectification and the effects of that, poor education and myths around sex, including consent, women always want sex. Sex is about the one person's pleasure. Aggression is desirable, and no means persuade me. So they're always all talked about in that session as well. Other issues are focused on is the impact of sex slavery and the impacts of issues such as sexual harassment, like we've just learnt in that story, which was fantastic. With our Year 7 cohort, Adam comes out and speaks to them about topics of resilience, self-esteem, decision-making, and they are looked at closely to equip our students with the important knowledge and skills for situations that they encounter in their lives. What's important for us as educators is keeping our students engaged. Now, this can be one of the biggest challenges of them all. So Adam's sessions are always relevant and engaging for our students. He and his team use a combination of games, practical advice, but most importantly, the lived experience. Now, that's a strange term, but when he talks about most of the things derived from his own story, there's a key moment in one of his sessions where he talks about his impact, where he was bullied every day during high school, and in Year 10 he actually had a plan in place to take his own life. So for Year 9s to hear that, they freeze, they lean in, and they want to hear more. So for that's really key for us. Other stuff like local artists come out to perform. These include hip-hop singers, composers, dancers, as well as international speakers. And one of those was a man named Jared Smith from South Africa that came and spoke to our Year 9 programs, and they were just in awe of both him and his story from South Africa. So like I said, it's in this witnessing of this lived experience that Adam and his team provide that work to make these messages hit home. Like I said, it's both that wow moment, but also that whoa moment for these guys. It's a way of communicating relevant content in a relatable way for our students to help them engage the most. Now, following on from this, a way that Adam engages our students, he runs 2 adventure and mental health camps a year for high school age students, encompassing his talks and sessions as well as adventure activities. Now, these are run in the school holidays, and they include Adam running small group sessions and debriefs, as well as leaders running sessions and amazing activities such as go-karting, paintballing, archery tag, amazing race, surfing games, and all of that sort of stuff. So multiple students I've taught, and I myself have gone on these camps, they absolutely love it and rave about it. Lastly, Adam and Armed for Life, as well as Frame, are looking now to expand their partnerships with international movements, like I said before, with Jared Smith from the South African Second Chance program in Cape Town. So Adam's got the plan of going and speaking in Cape Town next year. These 2 initiatives share a common goal and are now working together to spread their messages over multiple countries, including Australia, South Africa, and going to the UK, hopefully. As mentioned before, this opens up massive engagement for our students and such benefits for them with international guests that they can just cover everything. So I'd like to thank Adam for asking me to come and speak with on behalf of him today. He actually said, would you like to come and help me with a talk that I'm doing? And I said, sure, I've seen multiple stuff in your class, in schools, I can absolutely do that. And he said, oh, great, it's that curtain in front of all of you guys. So it was a little bit different to what I'd imagined. But no, thank you very much for having me. These are some photos up here of the talks, of the camps, some of the artists that he involves, which are just absolutely fantastic. So yeah, thank you so much for having me. If you have any questions, guys, we do have a booth downstairs, so please come and ask me if you want to know anything about the stuff that we do in school, or definitely ask him about how you can get involved with Armed for Life or Frame. I know we're about to break for lunch, so I'll leave it there. Thanks, guys.